to the Mandalika circuit, where in just a couple of minutes, the Indonesian MotoGP weekend will begin. In the pits.
Right then, welcome back, and today we're going to do race 2 of our little Moto 3 season, and we're in Indonesia, Mandalika. Now, I've never been to this circuit in the digital world. I've never been to the circuit in the real world. I've seen it on the telly. I've watched the MotoGP races and the World Superbike races from there, but I don't have a Scooby-Doo where it goes and what it does. So I threw in a very Ride 4-esque setup. Low preload, high spring at the front, high preload, low spring rate at the rear. I had a bit of a muck about with things I didn't really understand. Graduated the gear in, stuck the traction down to 3, left the engine braking on 4, left a full tank of fuel in, went for what, I think I went medium, I might have put a hard in, I can't remember, on the tyres, and basically just kind of tried to learn the track, and it didn't go very well. Same corner, 2 crashes, literally the autopilot's clicked off, I've fired into the circuit and crashed it at the next to last corner twice. So we had a little run along an access road, we went back through the gravel, and it took us 20 minutes before we got a clean lap. Lap 7, a 1:43, which put us 25th. Oh, steady on, we'll get a nosebleed. And then I went again, went a little bit quicker, stayed 25th. Lap 11, we went quickest. I'm not going to lie, it's still on 70% because it's only race 2 of playing the game. Yes, I've had a bit of a muck about with a MotoGP bike and blah blah blah, but it's hard. It's very, very hard. Despite what that says, it is hard. It's hard to be consistent. It's hard not to make mistakes. It's hard to understand the physics model. We did the same again in free practice 2. We did a 1:42.1. It's only a couple of tenths quicker than the AI. And then free practice 3, 1:41.5. So that there's a bit of a bigger gap to the number 2 rider. Q2. Because we automatically got through to Q2. Q2 we did a 1:42.2, which put us down in 14th. And the bike just didn't feel right. I was saving a hard tyre, hard front and a medium rear for the race just to make sure they last. And the bike just didn't feel right. And from somewhere, somehow, we pulled a 1:41.1 out the bag, which put us clear by half a second. And yeah, okay, it's not terrible. I'm a little bit concerned that there's still a good 30, 40, probably 50% for the AI to step up and become faster. But I had a look at the tyres, I thought, well, it's not exactly boiling hot, so we'll run a hard front, we'll do a medium soft. Like I said, I saved a hard front just for the race. I seem to get a better feeling from the hard front. I don't like the soft front or the medium front. I seem to fall off the end of the tyre too easy. Like I say, I've not really mucked about with the setup too much. Plus the bike's being developed, so you could settle on a setup and then the bike could get developed, and so on and so forth. But anyway, did we do it first time? No. Did we do it second time? No. It took 3 goes. Attempt number 1, after all the fancy graphics and intros and scenes and everything else to make you feel special, that 30 of you are riding very similar bikes around a track for 9 laps. We didn't get the greatest starts. We got out-dragged into the first corner, but then again the factory bikes have got more power, they've got better aerodynamics and all that other jazz that the development cycle goes on. We're obviously wasting a lot of fuel out of the exhaust in flames, which you can't do anything about. We've just got to develop it, but it is what it is. But yeah, first lap, absolute carnage. Banging, bashing, knocking each other about. My bike's slow on the straights, but mid-corner at ultimately the slowest part of the corner, I seem to be a bit quicker. Track limits warnings, oh my good lord, we're going to rack a few of them up in a lap. I mean, we got on the curbs, had a little bit of a bottom loosening incident over the curves, and then there was a whole gaggle and the 3 bikes appeared. He's disco dancing on the way into the corner, and yeah, it was just a bit hectic, a bit harum-scarum. I've still got the apex markers on. I don't know exactly what they're called, but I thought they were braking points, but they're not. They're absolutely not braking points, because if you slam the brakes on and go down the gears where the red marker is, you'll stop way too soon. I think there might be like a tipping point or so, I don't know, but they're there just to give me an idea which way the track goes until we learn it. But yeah, I kind of know where the circuit goes now. I kind of know where the braking points are. Struggling to this last corner. I'm either way too fast and smashing it in the AI, or way too slow and they're all going around me, or loads of other stupid bits and bobs. This last corner as well goes on a bit longer than I think. I think it's a 90 degree, and I think it isn't. Oh, excuse me. It's a little bit further than that. But anyway, lap 2, get on the curb again. A bit more loose change in the bottom of my leathers after that one. A track limit warning for that. I don't believe that was like top racket in France. That was Kawasaki putting a protest in. But anyway, we get a nerf into turn 8, which means turn 9's awful, and Dennis Onchu comes past and gives us the stink eye. Just have a look at this. Look at that. He's not interested in braking for the corner. So someone somewhere at Milestone has got a sense of humour, getting the stink eye off the AI riders into the braking zone for a 90 degree right corner in about 4th gear, and we ended up binning it. And once you bin it, you are finished. I did get back on, we did go again, got to lap 5, I was in bang last, 7.5 seconds behind. I'm never making 7.5 seconds, and we crashed again. I thought that's enough, I've had enough of that one. So attempt number 2, you'll have to excuse me for yawning as well. I'm currently sat up watching Djokovic versus Nadal, but yeah, attempt number 2, lap 1, we get nerfed in the rear. Got back on because it was only lap 1. I thought I'll see what I can do. There's a lot of bumping and barging and weird animations from the riders gesticulating to each other, which I'm sure if you were smashing into someone off around a bend you wouldn't be doing that. You'd be clinging on for dear life. And I just make an absolute horlicks of it on lap 5 and end up falling off and just think, oh my god. I do quite like that though. I quite like the onboard camera animation, but the actual race, 3rd time lucky and all that jazz, we got away. I didn't change up the gears too early. The first race, the fuel consumption was horrendous. I was constantly up and down, power 1, power 2, power 3, power 2, power 3. On this, just left it in power mode 3, full power. The consumption wasn't too bad. The commentator, what's his name, Gavin Emmett, is it Gavin? Yeah, I think it is, mate, Gavin. Off BT Sport, he mumbled something about it'll help consumption, but I wasn't really paying attention. I was trying to perv on the grid girls and see how well they'd reimagine them in a digital form. Yeah, not too bad as it goes, but hey ho. But yeah, we got off. There was a little bit of banging and barging, and tried to employ the Rossi tactic of biting back as fast as possible if someone went past you. And we actually managed to pull a little bit of a gap because I'd now done what? 5, 6, nearly 10 laps of racing. I kind of got a feel for what the AI wanted to do, what the bike needed. That was a corner that I was struggling with. I either turned in way too early or way too late, way too slow, way too fast, or any combination of all the above. But yeah, I quite like the circuit, and I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something that, well, not that I shouldn't, because it doesn't really matter, because it's my video on my channel, so I'll say what I want, but it'd be good on Ride 4. It'd be absolutely awesome. Cheeky little Suzuki Hayabusa sliding it into these corners and getting on the gas, getting it sideways. It'd be absolutely fantastic circuit to have on Ride 4. So Milestone, if you're doing a World Superbike race, you'll have the license, you'll have the license for it. So let's get it in Ride 5. It'd be an absolutely cracking circuit to have in Ride. Load of 250, 2 strokes, flying around here, it'd be amazing. But in all honesty, not a lot happened. I put the full version of the race out this morning, so if that's your thing, you like touching yourself to 9 laps of Moto 3 bikes with no commentary, then go and watch that one that came out this morning. And we didn't really do anything, to be honest. Built a lead of 2.6, 2.7 seconds and just tried not to fall off. Didn't get any track limits warnings, didn't crash, didn't use any rewinds, just 9 solid laps. Yes, there was a couple of scary moments. We got the back end waving about in the air, and I made a right horlicks of that turn 16, the penultimate corner on the last lap. But we had 1.5 seconds. It's not like Moto 3 bikes. They're the fastest things in the world, are they? We even had enough room for a little bit of a celebratory wheelie second time round. And there you go. Jobs are cod. I am going to turn the difficulty up for the next one, don't worry. I'm going to turn it up and we'll see what happens and we'll see how we get on. But race 2, things are looking up. The game's not quite as shit as I potentially thought it was. It's certainly not turd flavoured ice cream, put it that way. But we're leading the points. We are leading the manufacturer's points as well. 350. We all get a hug and a kiss and a cuddle in Parc Ferme. Everyone gets to dance about and scream and shout and have a good time. And that's about your lot. So yeah, race 3. I'll do race 3 over the weekend and get it out as soon as I can. And where we're going to go? We're going to go to Argentina, another track I've never been to, so that'll be fun. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting, liking, subscribing. You're all absolute legends, and fingers crossed, I will see you next time. Take care, stay safe, peace.